Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Mississippi Grind. And this movie came out in 2015 and is directed by Ryan Fleck and Anna Boden, the same directors as Captain Marvel, which that movie, in my opinion, is not very good. And I think this is a much better movie than Captain Marvel. And this movie also stars Ben Mendelsohn and Ryan Reynolds, and Sienna Miller is in it too. I have seen this movie once before, and I enjoyed it then, and I still enjoy it now. I think it's a pretty good movie that does work in terms of what it's trying to go for, in terms of what it's exploring thematically. It's about gambling addiction for sure. That's the most obvious thing that's in the movie in terms of what you can pick up on. And I thought the acting was really good in this film. I thought Ryan Reynolds did a pretty good job in this movie. He never came across as annoying. He felt like he was playing a character. He never once felt like he was playing a Deadpool kind of character, or a character with that kind of fourth wall breaking humor. It felt like an actual character, and there were comedic moments with this character, and he was actually pretty funny. I'm not going to lie, and I feel as though this is a really great character for him to play. And Ben Mendelsohn did a great job in this movie as well. And you really buy him as an addict who just can't stop gambling, and that always comes around to screw him over again and again and again. And watching that play out is always interesting to me. And side note, this has nothing to do with the quality of this movie, but I always forget this is an A24 film. I always forget that. I don't know why. The pacing in this movie was pretty quick. I never once felt as though the movie was dragging at any point for the most part. And this movie is under 2 hours. I think that's a great runtime for this movie. And the only parts of this movie for me that didn't really work all too much was when Ben Mendelsohn was not on screen, which is very few times where that happens. Not always is that the case where it just focuses on Ryan Reynolds' character, just him on the phone talking, and that's not always boring, but sometimes it just, I don't really care all that much. I'm much more interested in following Ben Mendelsohn's character. I liked where the story went, and I was thoroughly entertained by it, and there's plenty of different locations in this movie. It never once feels like you're trapped in one location. There's a lot of close shots in this movie, but I never once felt as though it was distracting. You get a good enough sense of the environment that you're in. And also, I can't forget to talk about this, but I thought that two main characters had good chemistry, and they worked really well in the film. There are points where it kind of feels like they have an anti-chemistry, in a sense. I'm not going to say what I mean by that, but that does happen a couple times. And one small detail that appeared in this movie is that I do appreciate that this movie doesn't focus on the rules of poker or any of these gambling games, because that's not really what the movie is about. It's not about the stakes of what's going on here, or how much money is being gambled here. It doesn't really tell you all that. It's not one of those movies. It's more or less just highlighting gambling and what that can do to a person. And you're always with the characters and behind them. Sure, you can say, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that because gambling, you can easily lose all your money. But you understand Ben Mendelsohn's character's motivation. It makes sense why he's doing all this. Because he owes everyone a lot of money, and he just keeps going further and further to the point where he just gambles all of his money away. And you do feel it. It feels like an actual character. It never once comes across as poorly handled or cartoonish in any scene. All the characters feel like real people, and everything feels, at the very least, somewhat authentic in this film. And the only other issues that I have with this movie is just that there was a couple characters in this movie that felt a bit pointless to be in there, and also there are just a couple of details sprinkled throughout where I'm not really sure if you can actually do certain things here or there. But that's about it. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this movie again, and I would definitely recommend it. I'll watch it again at some point. And I'll show it to other people for sure because I think it's a movie that more people should see, and it's a good movie. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Mississippi Grind a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Mississippi Grind, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Son of Saul, if I pronounced that correctly. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.